Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is 6:30. I just got to the employee parking lot and my sign-in is at 7:05. So I have some time before I need to check in, but I am pretty tired this morning. I substitute taught yesterday. Is that how you would say that? And that wore me out. Those kids were on another level. Like, it was the sweetest group of kids, but they could not stop talking. They could not stay in their seats like all day long. So it was just a long day. And then when I got home, I was just exhausted. So I did not do very good meal prepping or anything like that for this trip because I just had no energy when I got home yesterday. And the little bit I did do was late at night. So I only got like 6 hours of sleep last night, which I can function off of, but I would love to be back in the bed because I did have to get up a little too early this morning. But yeah, we're starting a 3-day today. We do 3 legs today, even though the last leg we just deadhead. So it's really, we're only like working 2, deadheading the last leg, and then it's 2-2. So it's a 3-2-2, but really it's kind of like a 2-2-2 because we're not working all 3 today. We end up in Indianapolis tonight, but I think it's a short layover, so I'm not planning on doing anything. And then we end up in Orlando tomorrow, which I'm gonna kind of feel the crew out today and see, because we have a long Orlando, but if they're not planning on doing anything, then I might go to Disney World. But I don't know, I keep going back and forth because those ticket prices are insane. So we'll see what we decide on doing. But I have a little muffin that I'm gonna eat really quickly and then we'll head into the airport. You guys, I haven't seen Charlotte this empty since the pandemic when nobody was flying. Like, there was literally no one in that airport. It was so weird. Usually this area is slam packed with people you're having to dodge. It was crazy that it was that empty. But we started our day on 321 and we had to get maintenance to come replace an oxygen bottle because the inbound crew had to use it on a passenger. And then I found some dark stuff on my tights. I don't know where I got that from, but I need to clean them because I realized these were the only pair of tights that I packed for the whole trip. So I just had to keep washing them and re-wearing them every day. But our deadhead, I got put in the exit row and I was the only one in the row, so that was cool. And then we made it to the racing capital of the world. We just got to the hotel. It is almost 3:30 and our van time tomorrow is at 4:10 in the morning. So my alarm is going to be going off at 3:10, which is in a little less than 12 hours. So I'm definitely not going to go out and do anything, mainly because, well, we don't really have a whole lot of time and we're in the middle of nowhere. Like, the hotel that we're at is really just around other hotels and that's it. So if I did go out to do something, I would have to Uber, and by the time you do all that and get back, like, I need to get sleep because I did not get enough sleep last night. And I'm pretty tired tonight, so I think what I'm gonna do is change into gym clothes and I'm gonna do my devotion and my Bible study for the day and then hopefully have some motivation to go work out and then come back and go to bed. So yeah, let me change out of this uniform and get this layover started. I ate a piece of pizza before I did my devotion. That's one of the few things I packed meal-wise for this trip. And then I didn't drink enough water today. I've been struggling with drinking water at work. I don't know why. So I put some liquid IV in my water bottle to get me hydrated, especially since I was planning on going to the gym. I was encouraged by my Bible study today, so I'm going to share with you guys. I am doing the Follow Me study, which is a study on the Gospel of Mark. It's a 6-week study. I am in week 4, and today's reading was on the boy with the unclean spirit when Jesus heals him. And basically the story, if you're unfamiliar, this man comes up to Jesus and is like, your disciples tried to drive out this unclean spirit from my son, but it didn't work. If there's anything you can do, will you help us? And Jesus is like, if there's anything I can do, if you believe, I can do anything. Basically, nothing is impossible, you know, if you just believe. And so the man is like, I believe, help my unbelief. And then God goes on to, or Jesus goes on to heal the son. So the study part of that was just talking about how, you know, the dad struggled with unbelief, which he even says, like, help my unbelief. And God, you know, still healed his son, even though he didn't have a perfect faith. And it was just talking about how as humans and even as like Christians, we're gonna struggle daily with doubts, with unbelief, and that is okay. Nowhere in the Bible does it say if you have a single doubt that God is going to kick you to the curb, because that is just unrealistic. And there's going to be stuff that happens in daily life that causes you to be like, God, what's going on here? You know, kind of thing. So I don't know, I just thought it was very encouraging, because I think sometimes we think as Christians, like, we have to always be like, I know this is God's plan, so like it's perfect and good. And sometimes stuff happens that we're like, why is this a part of the plan, God? Like, I didn't like this part of the plan, you know? And so I think it's encouraging, because we are going to struggle with doubt and unbelief, and it's easy to get discouraged when that happens, especially if you've like been on fire with God and you feel like your faith has been so strong, and then all of a sudden something happens and now you're at this low. It's really encouraging to know that like God knows that doubts are going to come and unbelief is going to, you know, happen, but he's still there for us, and he wants us to be like, help me with my unbelief. So yeah, that was my little encouragement today. So hopefully that encouraged you guys as well. I'm not the biggest softball person, but the Gamecocks women's softball team was making this crazy run in the SEC tournament, so I watched the end of that game before I went to the gym. We didn't win, unfortunately, but anyways, this was the gym. It was so little. There was just hardly anything in there, but my knee has been bothering me, so I wasn't able to run and walk as much as I would have liked to. I had to walk mostly, then run, because it was really bothering me. Then I did some weights, came back, took a shower, ate a snack, played my little game before I went to bed. Good morning. It is day 2. I'm about to go catch the van. I did not sleep the greatest last night, so I just let my alarm, like, I kept setting it 10 minutes back until I actually had to get up and start getting ready. So no makeup again today, because I'm so tired. But today is our shortest day of the 3 days that we have. It's only a 7-hour due day. We're done at 11:30, so we can get through it, guys. I think it's crazy that restaurants aren't open before the first flights of the day, because what are people supposed to eat? But I also think it's cool that Indianapolis has these race cars in their airport to make it like unique to the city. I had some Reese's overnight oats and my coffee for breakfast. We were on the 737 for day 2, and look how tiny this galley is. Like, it's my least favorite galley to work in as the 2. Then we got to the hotel, and they had this cute little room full of all different kinds of snacks for us, which was so nice. We love that. I decided against Magic Kingdom because it was going to cost me $108 just to get into the park, which is insane. I could not justify myself spending that much money just to get inside the park, because I knew once I got in, I would be spending money on like snacks and who knows what. And the only really reason I wanted to go was to ride the new Tron ride, but that's not worth $108. Obviously, if I would have gone, I would have done other things and probably stayed for the fireworks show and stuff like that. But yeah, I cannot be spending $108 to get into one theme park. That's just a little bit outrageous. Supposedly, Disney is not making any money except for on their parks, so they're raising their prices, even though I think that's a bunch of lies, because Disney literally owns so much stuff. Like, I don't understand how they couldn't be making money. But anyways, instead, I'm going to change into my bathing suit, eat some lunch, and then the whole crew's gonna go meet at the pool for a little while. And then later this afternoon, I may go over to Disney Springs and just walk around some of the shops, maybe get dinner over there. I don't know, we'll see. But as of right now, my plan is just the pool. Where that takes us, we shall see. But let's get some suntan. Forgot to take a video out of the pool, but we stayed there for about like an hour and a half, and now I'm about to go meet only one of my other crew members. We're gonna go over to Disney Springs. I don't know if I've ever actually been through all of Disney Springs. I feel like I've been over there to eat, but I don't know. If I have, it's been a really long time. So we're gonna go over there and walk around there and see what there is. Look at my hot mess, wrinkled shirt. My mom would kill me. But also, it's Mother's Day today, so to any mothers that watch my channel, happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys feel loved and appreciated today by your children, your husbands, your partners, whoever. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Mother's Day, but I'm going to go meet my crew member and go see what Disney Springs is all about. Disney Springs was a lot of fun to walk around. This little boat car thing had me cracking up. It was so funny to watch people like ride around in the water and that. But basically, Disney Springs is just a lot of shops, restaurants, bars, and they have lots of places to get little treats like Gideon's Bake Shop, which is what this is, and they have really, really good cookies I will show you later. But I've heard Disney Springs is kind of expensive, but I think that's only if you go and sit down like inside one of their restaurants, because they have food trucks. So these little mac and cheese bites were only like $7. And then had to get Dole Whip, of course. Got the mango habanero, which was amazing. That Dole Whip was so good. So good. It was actually more spicy than I expected it to be, like the habanero part. But it was so interesting because it was like, the habanero was the soft serve. It was like a habanero soft serve. So it was weird because it would be like hot, but then you would eat it and it would taste like ice creamy, and then it would cool down, and then it would be hot and cool down, and it was just very interesting. It was so good though. But it was funny because they had a Star Wars themed like Dole Whip with that flavoring, but it was like a Star Wars, and they had it like all decorated, and so these kids kept ordering it, and then they would eat it and they were like, I don't like this because it was so spicy. But and all the parents would be like kind of laughing because I'm sure they were like, we told you it was gonna be hot. But anyways, it has been a really good layover today. Like, I hung out with somebody all day today. That's so cool. But it is getting close to my bedtime because we have another super early sign-in tomorrow. We have to leave the hotel at 4:30 in the morning, so my alarm's gonna be going off at 3:30, which means I need to be, well, I want to be in the bed by 7:30, 8:30 at the latest, and it is almost 6:30 right now. So I'm going to hop in the shower and just take a quick body shower because I'm not gonna mess with my hair. I washed it last night, so I don't need to rewash it. And then I still need to do my daily devotion and my Bible study. And then we are gonna call it a night so that I can be energized and ready for day 2 or 3. Good morning, guys. It is day 3, go home day, early start today. But if everything goes smoothly, we'll be home at 12:30, and then I'll be home around like 2:30. But anyways, you know how yesterday I went into that little room that they had with all the snacks and stuff for us? So I got a Danish and I took a bite of it this morning and then noticed this. Yeah, has mold on it, so we love that. So I'm gonna let the people know downstairs at the little hotel desk so that they can go in and like investigate and maybe get all the other ones out that might have mold. I don't think I actually ate any of the mold. Hopefully I didn't. Hopefully my stomach doesn't like freak out on me later today, but yeah, there's that. So that was sad. I was looking forward to my little Danish. But anyways, let's go catch the van and get this day started. I have mentioned this before, but if you're flying out of Orlando, get to the airport at least 3 hours early because look how crazy the TSA lines are. And that was at 5 a.m. So I can imagine it gets way worse in the afternoon. Our Gideon's bag was huge, even though we only both got 2 cookies, but I had to try one. They were so good. Anyways, here I am setting up the cart. We went to Chicago from Orlando and then to Charlotte from Chicago. Everything went smoothly. We love that. I've seen pictures of this little guy and I finally got to fly with him. So cute. I just got to my car. It is 12:33, which is the original time our plane from Chicago that we did, like our flight from Chicago that we did today, was supposed to land. So we love when we get to our car when we were originally supposed to be getting in. That's just amazing. But what a great, easy trip. The crew was awesome. The legs all went really well. The layovers were good. We love that. Honestly, you can work a crappy trip with a good crew or like a great crew and it'll be a great trip, but you can work a great trip with a crappy crew and it'll be like a crappy trip. The crew really makes all the difference. Like any other flight attendant, I'm sure would tell you that. Like the crew, the trip, it can be a great trip, but if you have just a not pleasant crew, then it just ruins the whole trip. But I am off for the next 3 days. So I'm gonna go home, relax for these next 3 days because my schedule does kind of pick up at the end of the month. I do another 3-day, then I think I'm off for like 2 days, then another 3-day, then I'm off for a day, and then another 3 days. So it does start to pick up a little bit. So I'm gonna go home and get as much rest as I can to get ready for the end of the month. But as always, look at that tiny little plane. Oh, I don't think you can see it. There was a little tiny like private jet that just landed in Charlotte. Anyways, as always, any questions, comments, whatever, put them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.